Yo guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this. Indeed, quite nice. So, to start off with this sound, we're going to head into the first harmony, which is the same exact thing used in this whole entire, I don't know, I guess length of notes right here. Okay. They're all processed the same, by the way. So, the first thing that we're going to do when we get into this harmony patch is we're going to pitch it down, -24. We're then going to crank this unison up to 6. Crank the pan down, crank the unison pitch down to around 45%, and the phase to around 50%. And the unison pan should go all the way down. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to right click on the unison pitch, go to edit articulator, and create an articulator of somewhat shape like this. After that is done, move over to the phaser. We're going to turn the mix up to around 90%. Turn the width down to around 30%, so that way it points at the A, the S, or the E in phaser. Next, we're going to move to the offset, turn it to around 300. I don't know. Just play with this to your liking, really. Next to the speed, also play with this to your liking. Next, you're going to want to turn the mode from octave to harmonic. Also change the phaser type from classic to triangle. Next, turn on legato and move on to the legato section, where you will turn on, or turn up, or I guess turn down the time to around 527 milliseconds. You can see up here, it's like a little screen thing where I'm getting all these numbers from. So that's that. Let's move on to the effects section. What we're going to want to do is put on a single order of chorus. That's it. That's it for harmony. Next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add some distortion, saturation, and glue compression. This is achieved very easily. You just throw on distortion, put it on bass section, and turn the volume up to 7.22. And also crank the dry wet down to around 50%. Next, saturation. You're going to want to, put this on sinoid fold. Yeah, just makes it a whole bunch a lot easier. Turn the drive up a little bit. And yeah, work with that a little bit. I'm not going to go through this whole entire rack, only because I'll have the racks in the description. Next is this next rack, where we're gonna put an EQ on. We're gonna bump it down the lows a little bit, have it going down to around -6 dB, and we're gonna bump down the highs a little bit, so that way it just doesn't make this super crunchy sound up in the high frequencies. So actually, let's go ahead and bump that down just a little bit more. bump it down maybe about 2 dB. Next, we're going to move on to a Vocodex. This is a pretty interesting technique that I've learned to come across using in random ways of my bass design. So we're going to crank the order all the way up, change this little knob to point towards this V, sort of. I don't know, more towards the space in between the V and the C. Crank up the voice a little bit. Turn it to sounding more like a female. Like majority more female. Should be about 820 cents, said by this little box down here. This is the modular pitch shift and the modular unison shift. Crank that up a little bit and put it on 5. I don't believe I changed the unison panning at all. So, oh, I did. Okay. Well, anyways, just crank this up just a little bit and leave all of this the same. This is all the same. Don't forget to put it on left-right encoding. Next, you're gonna want to create a band distribution, sort of like this. Just do it by random. No need to copy exactly what I do. And same thing with the bandwidth. Make it kind of look like a sine wave. And next is the modular pitch shift. Just do it randomly. Saturation mix randomly as well. And saturation curve, do it randomly as well. Okay, now add a little bit of reverb. And this is just my sidechain compression. And with that all, you should get a sound sounding somewhat like this. Now it's time to move into this next one. Basically, everything is still the same, except for the phase is being messed with. Okay, so let's just go ahead and solo this. Loop it. I'll show you what I mean by the phases just being messed with. So yeah, that's what I mean by just the phases being messed with. And little technique that I like to use, mess with this phaser just a little bit, and then mess with this unison phase. It'll get you in a lot of cool places. So yeah. Sorry for headphone users. Anyways, there's no compression going on here, so everything is still the same, except for the phases being messed with. And this was all the way up. Then the width is being messed with. So yeah, there you guys go. Oh, I didn't cover this in the first video, or in the first part of this video with the first bass, but you're gonna want to create an articulation of the width as well. For my bass, I use an articulation that looks like this. So don't be scared to mess around with it quite differently than you would your average space. So yeah, thanks guys. Have a good day.